the 28 pages, which have been in the news.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, there are a lot of people who would like to know what those 20 pages say about, these are the 28 redacted pages from the 9/11 Commission report that are about...
Well, from the congressional.
Congressional report, sorry, that are about, right, Saudi Arabia. And there's been some overt criticism of Saudi Arabia in the Congress recently. I know that Senator Chris Murphy has talked about holding the Saudis accountable for many aspects of terrorism, not just 9/11. So this is a two-pronged question, which is, how should we think about these 28 pages, and how should we think about the relationship between the United States and the Saudis?
Okay. So I think in 5 or 6 weeks you'll all get to read the 28 pages. I think when they're released, they will be accompanied by a explanatory commentary from the administration. The 28 pages are from the joint House Intelligence, Senate Intelligence Committee report. That preceded the 9/11 Commission, and it was largely held behind closed doors. I testified for 7 hours, I think. Not a Hillary Clinton level of testimony, but I think I did a 7-hour testimony behind closed doors. What the 28 pages are about is largely about two terrorists who were 9/11 hijackers named Midar and Hamzi. And they had entered the United States, landed in Los Angeles, and then moved to San Diego over a year before the attack. While they were there, they came across other Saudis. One of those Saudis may have been a Saudi intelligence officer. One of those Saudis may have been an al-Qaeda sympathizer who was working in the consulate in Los Angeles. All of that is laid out in the 9/11 Commission report. So you can already read all of that. The facts are all there. I believe that, and I can't prove this, that the CIA, in conjunction with Saudi intelligence, contacted Midar and Hamzi when they were in Southern California and tried to flip them into CIA sources. And I believe, A, that's illegal. It's a violation of the CIA's authorities. They're not supposed to do stuff like that in the United States. And I believe that they did that secretly without telling me and without telling the FBI, which they were required to do. And I believe that is why for over a year, the FBI didn't know that we had al-Qaeda terrorists in the United States. So that's interesting. It's interesting if you want to think about what might have happened. I try not to do that too much, but if I had known that those two guys were in the United States, they would have been arrested. Would that have stopped 9/11? We'll never know. But they would have been arrested. So all of that is in the 28 pages. There's also a lot of speculation by the joint committees about the involvement of the Saudi government, and particularly something called the Ministry of Islamic Affairs. The Ministry of Islamic Affairs was a cabinet office, still is, in Saudi Arabia, that, among other things, supported the building of mosques around the world and supported the running of those mosques. Those mosques were fundamentalist Wahhabi Sunni mosques that very frequently were places where al-Qaeda people hung out. Were there al-Qaeda sympathizers in the ministry? Yeah, I'm sure there were. Was it a knowing government policy of Saudi Arabia to support al-Qaeda? No, because al-Qaeda was trying to kill them. So unless the king and company had a suicide wish, no, they were not backing al-Qaeda.
Yeah, that makes sense.